Hayden Crawford from the Dreamtime Academy, and I'm a wellness coach and spiritual teacher specializing in colour therapy and numerology. Welcome to today's live Starseed Numerology Readings and Insights. Now, did you know that your date of birth carries the secrets of your unique personality blueprint, your strengths and weaknesses, the best times for you to embark on new projects and ventures, your true soul purpose, and even your starry origins? Well, did you? Did you? I didn't think so. Now, today on the live, I'm going to be revealing some truths about you and your soul's journey based around the lens of colours, numbers, and the alphabet. Now, I work with an incredible sequence of beautiful jewel-coloured oil bottles like these ones here, and essence sprays, and of course Pythagorean numerology, which I found to be the most accurate and reliable form of numerology since I've been teaching it and studying it for the last 10 years. So if you'd like to have some insights with me today during the live, then don't be shy. Make sure you introduce yourself. Let me know whereabouts in the world that you're watching from, and drop your date of birth into the chat, and I'll have a look at your day number, your life path number, and your personal year cycle influences today during the live. Now, a massive, great big thank you as well to anybody who has subscribed to my channel over the last couple of weeks. I genuinely appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching all of my videos as well. I really appreciate you tuning into the podcast episodes of Cosmic Conversations and the Numerology Show as well. Really helps my channel to grow. Thank you very much as well to all the new subscribers that we've got on my YouTube channel, which are the Codex Keepers and the beautiful Soul Sparks as well, and of course the new members of the Oversoul Codex Collective as well through my online learning portal. It's just amazing to be working with so many beautiful starseeds, truth seekers, and cosmic wanderers. I genuinely appreciate it. So as I said, today during the live, we're also going to be using my beautiful Cosmic Family Oracle cards during today's live, which is a beautiful deck of cards which are colour therapy, numerology based. And they feature 7 different galactic races, archangels, and ascended masters as well. So this is going to add in an extra layer of information for us as we go through today's live. So it's going to be super cool to connect with each and every single one of you today as we work through today's live. Hopefully, you know, you'll learn a bit about numerology as well. I've been teaching Pythagorean numerology for about 10 years, so it is an incredible way of being able to reveal greater truths about who you are at a soul level. It's been probably one of the best things that I've studied you know, since I've been doing the Dreamtime Academy. So yeah, feel free to drop your date of birth into the chat. I'll have a look at doing your dates of birth, and we'll get the ball rolling today. All right, now I'm going to pick a card out for anybody who's watching the live right now, but also for anybody who's watching the replay as well. So this is a card that's going to be significant to you in some way, shape or form for your life right now. Okay. So let's have a look and see what it comes up as. And the Arcturian warrior, this is Zwanj, who's come up for you. So this is all about masculine power and trouble with authority. Now, if you're an indigo like I am, I'm a beta generation indigo. Often they have issues with authority figures like, bosses or the boys in blue or any people that try and claim authority or try and claim power over another person. So you may be finding that, if you're having difficulties with the old version of masculine power, then it's because there is an imbalance or a rebalancing that's taking place in your life right now. So you might be finding that you just don't want to be told what to do by anything or anyone at the moment, as you are, shining your light brighter out and reconnecting with your authentic power. I love that card actually, because I think it's such a good reminder, isn't it, that we should never give our power away to anyone, anything, any societies or the economy or other people or anything really. You should always claim that power for yourself. So hopefully you're stepping into your own sovereign power as well. Now we're going to be, as I said, looking at your numerology today during today's live. So if you'd like me to have a look at doing your birth chart today, I'm offering free insights today during the live. So get your dates of birth in the chat and we'll get the ball rolling. I'm looking at your day number, your life path number, and your personal year cycle influences as we move through today's live, which reveal more about your true soul purpose, your strengths and weaknesses, and the best times for you to embark on new projects and ventures. And of course, I work with the amazing Colour Mirrors, which is a numerology based colour therapy system to add in an extra layer of information for you as well. So yeah, it's very exciting, isn't it? Now, the other thing I wanted to mention as well, if you love this type of work and you haven't already read my book, The Starseed Ascension Guide is a must read if you're trying to heal trauma in your life, awaken to your soul's purpose, or reconnect to your cosmic family. So this is a book that I wrote and is now available on Amazon as well. So that's a must have, you know, in your toolbox if you are going through your awakening journey, because I know it can be really, really quite difficult, can't it, sometimes, to be able to navigate the changes and all of that. Oh, also, I wanted to mention as well, I've got some incredible guests coming up on both Cosmic Conversations and the Numerology Show over the next few weeks. I spoke to an incredible lady yesterday called Dr. Gail, and she's a nurse actually, and she is working very closely rescuing ETs from facilities like Area 51 and other government bases. So she had a very interesting story. She's actually an ex-doctor that now does a lot of galactic missions. She works on the Athena, which is an Arcturian spaceship, and also I think it was called Ashtar 1 as well. So she's really deep down and in the trenches, and she is a self-claimed hybrid, but she's a human Arcturian hybrid, but more human. And wow, what an interesting conversation that was. That'll be published in a couple of weeks' time, so that's a must-see. All right. So Area Monk, we'll start with you today, should we? Yeah. What's your real name, my love? And were you born on the 3rd of March? April, or were you born on the 4th of March? If you could just confirm that for me, please, before we get cracking, because I know if you're watching in America, then you tend to put your month before your day. So if you can just clarify that for me before we have a look at doing yours in a bit more detail for you today, all right? I'll just have a swig of coffee. So there you go. So it's March. Brilliant. Okay, well, let's have a little look then. Have you ever had your numerology done before? You're very welcome. What's your name, just so I can address you properly, please? So the 4th of March, 1987. So you have a day number 4. You've got a ruling number 9, 10, 18, 19, 20, 5, 28, 29, 32 is a 5. And then your year is a 9, 10, 11, 12, 16 is a 7. So you've got the 8, the 7, the 1, the 3, and the 4. There you go. And hello, Anubis, Godland. That's a great name, isn't it? I'm very well, thank you. And happy Thanksgiving straight back to you as well. There you go. So you're familiar with a few teachings of numerology. Oh, brilliant. Excellent. And what was your name, sorry, just so I can address you properly. So this is what your chart looks like. You're a very practical person, aren't you? You know? Oh, you're beyond names at the time. Are you? Oh, I love that. That's amazing, isn't it? Well, when you've transcended a name, it means you're not fixating on particular identities, doesn't it? Which is great. I love it. In numerology, though, we do look at the name, the vibration of the name, because it does carry information. So, you know, it's just something to be aware of. Now, your life path number is a 5, so you're a freedom seeker. You don't like being restricted, by anything or anyone. You know, the 5 is the center of the emotional plane. So if we look at that in color form, bottle number 5 is this beautiful energy here. All right. So this is Mercury, and it's emerald green. So Justin, brilliant. Thank you for that, Justin. Yeah, because it just helps me to be able to address you during today's live, whether or not you would, you kind of connect with that name or not. It's just better than sort of me trying to call you Area Monk. So the freedom seeker, this is so you feel things very intensely. The 5 is the center of the emotional plane. So it's like the heart energy. So green in color therapy, it's all about space. So your soul needs space. You don't like being restricted by anything or anyone, which is quite interesting as well, because your day number being a 4, the 4 is Uranus, the planet of the future, which is yellow over deep turquoise. Yeah. So this is your gift. So you are a very practical person. A lot of the 4s are very good with business. They're also, they make good teachers as well. So they because of that sense of tradition, working hard, so they find themselves that they can make fantastic teachers. A lot of them. For you, sometimes you like the discipline, routine, and sort of working hard and structure. But other times you just want to jump on a plane and go off traveling around the world, because that's the juxtaposition between the 4, which is on the physical plane, and the 5, which is on the soul plane. So it's quite interesting that you've got that. Now, past life implications that come up for you, Justin, are, it could be ancient Greece or ancient or Grecian. Also a Cathar. A lot of the Cathars were the beings that existed between the 14th and the 16th century, and they were kind of killed by the Pope and the military at the time for being alchemists. So sometimes it can play itself out as almost like a wave of soul expression of giving your power away in this lifetime. Now we can see there you've got the arrow of practicality, the 1, 4, and 7, which means you do like active participation in life. So, you probably are somebody who likes keeping physically fit, for example, or, being looking after the physical body. This is practicality. So you're good with your hands, very good with your hands. But also you've got the arrow of activity as well, which is the 7, 8, and 9. Now, what this means is that you've got a suppression of nervous energy. So you may always be zipping around all over the place, doing lots and lots of different things with lots and lots of different people. So you kind of almost need to learn to slow down a bit and just surround yourself with people that are a bit more zen than you are, because they will serve as a reminder that it's okay for you to just kind of relax, slow down, and do the same thing as well. So yeah, it's interesting. My sister's got the arrow of activity, and she goes to an ashram every 6 months in Bali, and does silent retreats and all that sort of stuff, just so that she can kind of ground herself into the moment, because of that arrow of activity, which is that suppression of nervous energy. So if you're following the Teo, that's going to work really, really well for you. 100%. So look at that, you've got only 1 within your birth chart. So that can sometimes manifest for you as difficulties with verbal self-expression. So sometimes it might be quite hard for you to be able to really express your own feelings, even though you've got like a driving intensity of feeling. The 5's really got to learn to let go of old masks. So you can't carry identities with you. So it's interesting that you were saying about you don't identify with names, because the 5 is really about letting go of the mask. This bottle used to be called the Mask before it was named Mercury in the colour mirror system. And it's about being really truly honest with yourself about what it is that you want. And, if any part of you wants to hide, then that's when life becomes quite difficult for you. So yeah, there can sometimes be some challenges around expressing your own feelings, because you do have a driving intensity of feeling. But also, you've got the isolated 3 as well. So the 3, when it's isolated like that, it can be like a vivid imagination that sometimes runs away with you a little bit, but it's also, big creativity. It could be analysis as well. So 3 carries all of those vibrations, and it's always amplified whenever it's isolated within the birth chart as well. And this year you're in your personal year 7. So you've been through like maybe some sacrifices this year, because this vibration of the 7 has been around you the whole year, and you're moving into an 8 next year. So the 7, if you are in alignment with your purpose, you may have been called to teach what you know instead, because the 7 is also the philosopher, the teacher archetype. But yeah, if you're out of alignment, then it can present itself as like sacrifices. So for example, in not my last personal year 7, but the one 9 years before that, that's when I left the world of IT recruitment behind, and set up Dreamtime Academy. So it was really about shedding identities for me of who I once was. As you move into an 8 next year, you're going to find that the focus is going to be around finances and looking at how you can make money, spend money, how your relationship with money is. And so you can feel more independent, more in control as well. So it's interesting that you said that you've kind of let go of the material. That's interesting to hear you saying that. Obviously when you let go of the material, it does open up, sort of survival issues sometimes. So you might find that you are looking at the flow of income, so you can feel more independent and more in control as a theme that's going to be around you in 2026, you say. Oh, I'm pleased that it's connecting with you, Justin. Yeah, it's beautiful to meet you, and you've got a very interesting energy. You really do. A lot of the day number 4 people, often, as I said, they're quite practical, so they can sometimes be, in the trades or the manual arts, or a lot of the 4-5 people as well. Sometimes are in the maybe we're in the services as well, because there's that sense of a routine, structure, discipline, but also it gives them an opportunity to travel as well. So it's quite interesting. So I can see that you've been on a bit of a catharsis, in your own life experience, and been through a bit of a transformation, which is wonderful to see, isn't it? So there you go. So you got the Arcturian leader who's come up for you today out of the Cosmic Family Oracle cards, and this is all about protection. And Arcturus really is a guardian of the higher realms. So it might be that you are somebody who's guarding, sort of ancient wisdom, guarding the higher realms of consciousness. So, as part of your galactic blueprint, you may be, sort of protecting the Akashic records from glitches in the Fibonacci sequence, or, anything like that, really. So there is this almost like higher mission that comes up with Arcturus, the Arcturian leader. Yeah. So hopefully that's connected with you. Anyway, leave us a few comments and let me know if you loved that. I also create what are called Starseed Numerology Reports, Justin. It's a 22-page handcrafted document which explores all aspects of your birth chart, but also your name chart as well, like in a lot more detail than we've been able to do today during the live. And it looks at also the major influences within your astrology as well, like your sun, your moon, your north node, and your ascendant. And I reveal your galactic origins based around the position of your sun in your astrological natal chart. So whether you're Andromedan, Arcturian, Lyran, or from the Pleiades, or Sirius, or Orion, or Alpha Centauri, etc. And that really helps you to define your mission. And I use ancient Hopi techniques to map the soul's journey as it descends on the earth from the higher dimensions of consciousness and the different constellations and galaxies. It also looks at your past life implications as well, which adds in an extra layer of information, any karmic lessons that you need to become aware of as well as being very predictive about your future, because I look at your pyramids, which are your peak years of maturity. So each one of us has 4 of those that carry a numerical influence for a period of 9 years each. So you can look at those and see exactly what you're going to be doing as you progress down your timeline through adulthood and into maturity. And of course, it also includes the major influences within your colour frequencies from the colour mirrors as well, which is an Atlantean colour therapy system. So yeah, if you'd like me to create a report for you, then they're actually on special offer today because it's Black Friday. Well, it is here anyway in Perth in Western Australia, for only 59 Australian dollars, which is about 38 US. And to claim that, I'll pop a link in the chat and then you can get that nice and securely through my online shop. Then just remember to send me your birth details and give me 3 to 5 business days to create it for you, and that'll get emailed through as a PDF document on completion. All right. So hopefully that's connected with you. Now, Michael, do you want me to have a look at doing your chart for you? Have I ever done your numerology for you before, Michael? Leave us a few comments and let me know. And if I have, then maybe I'll pick some cards out for you today. Now, remember, if you're watching me today during the live as well, and you'd like me to do some insights for you today, I'm just offering free insights for anybody who's watching me during today's live. So feel free to drop your date of birth into the chat. Let me know whereabouts in the world that you're watching from, and I will do the rest. I'm looking at your day number, your ruling number, and your personal year cycle influences today during the live. There you go, Justin. I've popped the link into the chat for you if you'd like to delve a bit deeper down the rabbit hole. All right, my friend. There you go. I thought I had. Yeah, I remember looking at your date of birth. It was a while ago, wasn't it? It was a while ago. I'm going to pick some cards out for you then today, Michael. All right. Let's have a look and see what comes up for you, should we? All right. So first of all, you got Merope, which is the Pleiadian explorer. This is Merope. So when she comes in, it's about detachment and going with the flow. All right. So it's a big message for almost like you've got to detach yourself from the outcome. Don't get too caught up in the how, and the when. Just think about the what it is that you want and the why you want it, and then let go and let God and go with the flow. So that's an important message for you right now. So it's so hard to remember that, don't you think, from time to time? I think what we all tend to do is we always like, where is it? Where is it? When's this coming? When? And it's like, that's not your job. All you can do is put out good energy and then hope that it will return to you, That's the thing, and I think that's the flow of life now, so detachment as a form of enlightenment. Now, Michael, the second card that comes up for you is the Orion Warrior. This is Bellatrix. Now, the Orion Warrior, when she comes in, can you see that card okay? This is about abusing power or controlling with fear. It's interesting. So because, look at Anubis, he was the Egyptian god in the underworld, wasn't he? Anubis. He used to help souls travel across to the next incarnation, didn't he? Or into the afterlife. So abusing power or controlling with fear. So if you are finding that you are abusing your own power, then just look at like why you're doing that, or if there's somebody around you who you feel is abusing their power over you or trying to control you with fear. Or it could be like, organizations or institutions that you may feel are trying to control you, or or a fear mongering. It could be the media, for example. So just look at that, feel into that, and just how does that connect with you? Leave us a few comments and let me know, and then I'll pick another card out for you as well. And the Andromedan Creative comes up for you, which is Veritate. And this is the art of balance and harmony. So she's the Andromedan Creative. So maybe, setting healthy boundaries is also going to be important for you right now. Create more balance and space within your life so you feel a bit more equilibrium. Balance and harmony is so key, for any sign really, but especially for Librans like me. When you feel like you've got enough space just to breathe, and that you've actually implemented healthy boundaries, it helps you to be able to kind of restore that central point, and live more presently, in the moment as well. Exactly. So they may, but not your problem. Exactly. Yeah. Let them try and control, but they're not going to control you with fear, Michael. Exactly. Oh, yeah. So these are my new cards, Michael. I don't know if you've seen them yet, but I've just literally launched these about 6 months ago, and they're called the Cosmic Family Oracle cards. So these are this beautiful deck of cards here, the 88 activation cards for your ascension journey. And they feature 7 different galactic races, like the Andromedans, the Pleiadians, the Orions, the Arcturians, and some of the ascended masters as well, and archangels as well. So they bring in a lot of wisdom, and they look at the star seeds as well. So what the star seed attributes are, as well as like the beautiful archangels. So if you love the cards and you'd like a deck of them, I've got some of those for sale as well. And if you want the link to that, just head over to my website and you can check them out on my website as well. So you're looking for a job, are you? So struggling in career, are you, for stability? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's really sad. So what do you do normally then? What is it? What is it that you normally do, Michael? Hello to Simran as well. I'll come and have a look at your birth chart next if you like, Simran. So Simran, were you born on the 7th of March, Simran, or the 3rd of July? If you can confirm that for me, please, before we get cracking with yours today. Oh, there you go. So Simran, you're looking for a job and struggling for career and stability, are you? Oh, what is it that you normally do? And where are you watching from as well? Where are you watching from today, Simran? So Simran, if you can just confirm as well, were you born on the 7th of March or were you born on the 3rd of July? If you can just confirm that for me, please. Hello to Angelina. Nice to see you as well. How are you today, Angelina? Where are you watching from, my love? So if you'd like some insights with me today, remember just to drop your date of birth into the chat. And if you can drop it in the format of your day, your month, and then your year. So you're born on the 7th of March, 1986. Beautiful. Thanks, Simran. So you've got a beautiful day number 7, a life path number 9, 10, 18, 19, 24, 27, 28, 29, 34 is a 7. So you're a double 7, you see. So it's interesting because you're very metaphysical. The 7s love the mysteries of life, the illusions, the miracles, the magic, and the faith of life as well. So you like exploring information deeply. You like looking at anything that lays beyond the veil. Yeah. Oh, Michael, really? You're the alpha male. So yeah, so if we look at the 7 in colour form, Simran, that's bottle number 7, and it's called Neptune. Now, Neptune was the Roman god of the sea, or the king of Atlantis. Yeah, so you may have past life connections in Atlantis. So you might have been working with crystals, energy healing, sound therapy, crystal technology, any of that sort of stuff. And you may have soul memories that start resurfacing for you in this lifetime. So you're somebody who's very good at listening to other people's problems, but you tend to carry your own burdens alone. And you're very big into justice and equality. So you like things to be fair. You're a supporter of the underdog. So sevens, are seekers of truth. Yeah, so it's the philosopher archetype. You're a double seven. So when your day number and your life path number are the same, Simran, it kind of compounds and amplifies the qualities of that number within your personality blueprint. So yeah, you're the seeker of truth. But see, in your chart as well, you'll notice you've got the arrow of intellect, the 3, 6, and 9. So this means you've got a very active mind. So you're always thinking, analysing, rationalising, philosophizing. Your mind will go 10 to the dozen, So it's almost like your long-term memory might be a lot better than your short-term memory. So you'll remember like all the names of the people that you used to go to school with, but you won't remember what you had for your dinner last night. So it's a very, very active mind. Also, you've got the arrow of, this is known as the arrow of activity, the 7, 8, and 9. Which, again, is on the active end of the birth chart. So it just means that you've got a suppression of nervous energy. So you're always on the go. So you're always like zipping around all over the place, doing lots and lots of different things with lots and lots of different people. And you kind of need to learn to slow down a little bit. So maybe, surround yourself with people that are, again, a bit more relaxed, a bit more calm, because they'll help you to do the same thing. I would say that you maybe, you struggle with verbal self-expression sometimes. It's hard for you to be able to talk about your own feelings. So, for you feel calm when you're by the ocean or by the sea. So you need that sort of water elemental around you, because the 7 is Neptunian. So, even if it's just a water feature or something like that, just anything that you can feel calm is when you feel relaxed and you're by the ocean. I would also say for you as well that you go deeply into information. You go really deep, so you won't just scratch the surface. You like knowing what's going on in the subconscious mind, Yeah, hard to communicate. Yes, exactly. It's hard for you to communicate when you've only got the 1-1. And you're a deep thinker as well, you see. The year that you're in this year is a 9, 10, 11, 12, 19, which is a 1. So this whole year has been about fresh new spring rebirths. So next year you're going to be processing the changes that you went through this year. So you might be feeling a bit more emotional in 2026, but it's also good for collaborations in business and partnerships forming as well when you move into 2026. Because you're moving from a 1, which you're in now, into a 2. Yeah, so the sound of water or near to the ocean. Yeah. So my feeling with you is that, for you, because you're like a teacher, you're a philosopher. A lot of 7s are very gifted as well with scissors or knives. They're like sharp implements. But you're very bright, you see, as well. So you're very deep. You're just very, very deep. So I feel like, doing something where you can really explore the mind plane, I think would be very good for you. Like even psychology, psychiatry, even hypnotherapy, I think would be brilliant. And this is the year really you're healing. When Archangel Raphael comes in, it's about healing, peace and renewal. So maybe you'd burnt yourself out a little bit. And now, it's like this year has been a year for you to kind of just, get back into alignment and rebalance. Very spiritual, yeah. The 7s are. Well, the 7 is metaphysics. It's the mysteries, the illusions, the miracles, the magic and the faith of life. But you're definitely an Atlantean soul. So you've returned from Atlantis and you've come to the earth plane and to remember, So you could even do Reiki, sound healing, as I said, psychology or psychiatry. And then in 2026, you're moving into a 2. So when you move into a 2, you're going to be feeling more emotional, more sensitive next year. But it's good for processing the changes that you went through this year. But good for partnerships forming as well. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully that's connected with you. If you want me to dive deeper, I'm kind of just scratching the surface today, just wetting your whistle, just to give you some basic insights on how powerful Pythagorean numerology is to help you decode your true purpose in life. If you want the full report, I've just dropped the link into the chat. It's called the Starseed Numerology Report, and it will reveal your galactic origins, your past life implications, karmic lessons, and your true soul purpose. And it looks at that through the lens of your birth chart and your name chart, and all your and your major influences in your astrology and your color therapy influences as well. Okay. I'm going to come to Angelina. You're next up. All right, and you're watching from Austin in Texas. You're very, very welcome. Hopefully that's connected with you. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like the video as well. So Angelina, you're born on the 25th of October, 1988. Now you're a Scorpio, so a water sign, and you've got the 7 as your day number as well. You're a 25-7. Often find, Angelina, that 25-7s as a day number can fear betrayal. So it may have been that you've been betrayed, or you might fear it, or you might have like some trust issues. Turquoise in colour therapy actually is all about trust issues. So sometimes, like Simran, he's a 7-7, you've got the 7 as your day number. That can bring in like where you're a bit like scared to trust, you know, until people have proven themselves, you know. So yeah, the day number 7, your ruling number, Angelina, is a 9, 10, 18, 19, 26, 27, 28, 29, 34. You're a 7 as well. Isn't that interesting how you both Simran and Angelina, you both came in at the same time, and you've both got the 7 energy as well. So what I've basically just said to Simran will apply to you as well, Angelina. So you were probably listening to that and thinking, oh, that sounds like me. So, you know, but you've got the arrow of emotional balance, the 2, 5, and 8. So this means that you're actually really well equipped to deal with very difficult or challenging emotional situations in your life, a lot better than a lot of other people. Although you might not necessarily always feel like you are yourself, you can navigate very difficult or challenging emotional stormy waters. Yeah. So it's known as the arrow of emotional balance, you see, the 2, 5, and 8. You're very independent. When you've got 2 8s, it amplifies your independence, your idealism, and your sense of responsibility as well. So there is this aspect of you that it may be feeling quite restless in your life right now if you didn't get the chance to travel when you were younger. So did you get the chance to travel when you were younger? And if not, do you feel quite restless in your life right now? You've got beautifully balanced communication skills. So you're a very good listener as well as being a good talker. Really good gut first impressions, and you're very persistent in life. You're very determined. When you've set a goal for yourself, you won't start a project and stop it. You'll see it through to finality. And this year, Angelina, you're in a 9, 10, 15, 16, 17. Is an 8. So this year you'd have been looking at your finances, how you're making money, how you're spending money, how you can get more organised around that so you feel more in control. And next year you're moving into a year of where lots of things may be completing, you know, because you're right at the end of a 9-year cycle next year. So things coming to an end could involve jobs or relationships, for example. So you almost have to just allow those things to unfurl and let them go. And then as you move into 2027, that's when new opportunities will come in for you for either moving house or changing jobs or, you know, those big changes. Yeah, so you want to travel, do you? Yeah. Hello to S. Oliveira as well from the Netherlands. It's nice to have you here with me today. drop your date of birth into the chat. We can have a look at doing you next. Yeah, so we've had both Angelina and Simran who've both got the beautiful Neptunian energy as their day number and their life path number. So, you know, this turquoise ray again for you, Angelina, brings in like this soul return from Atlantis. I find a lot of people that find me because I work with the colour mirrors. This is an Atlantean colour therapy system, are very attracted to colour therapy and specifically this system because their soul remembers it, because they've delved into colour therapy and timelines in Atlantis. So again, for you, Angelina, you may find that you love working with crystals, you know, crystal technology or sound therapy. You may have delved into psychology, psychiatry, but you're very, very big into justice and equality. You know, you're very good at listening to other people's problems, but you tend to carry your own burdens alone. Yeah, but no one can tell you how to live your life, Angelina. You know, you got to do it your own way. And even if that means that sometimes you have to fall, dust yourself off, get back up again, it's just how you roll. I love the sevens. I've got a day number 7 myself. So I'm an Atlantean soul as well. This is your card. You also got Veritate, which is about the art of balance and harmony. So, you know, maybe, you know, spending more time down by the water, it's going to help you to sort of rebalance. If you can get the opportunity to go to the beach, you know, it's just about finding that central point of equilibrium. Yeah. Oh, I'm pleased that's connected with you. If you loved that, remember, I'm just wetting your whistle today, Angelina. If you loved that and you'd like the full report, there's the link to get to claim your special offer. They're on for Black Friday for only 59 Australian dollars today, which is about 38 US dollars. And then just remember to send me your birth date, time, place of birth and living name, and give me 3 to 5 business days to create it for you. Hello to Mary Dijon as well. It's nice to see you, Mary. But I'm going to have a look at doing, what's your real name, S. Oliveira? So born on the 20th of the 6th, 1968. Beautiful. So you're very sensitive. You've got a day number 2, which means that you're an empath. Yeah. So your gift is empathizing. This is bottle number 2. It's called the Moon. And it's pale blue over royal blue. So the moon governs your tides, your seasons, and your cycles. You know, so you are at your happiest when you're in a relationship. You like being as a pair. The 2 is about 2 people coming together. But the shadow of the 2 is that you might feel second best or not heard sometimes. So, you know, you're very, very empathic, Susanna, yeah? And, you know, in a job, you might prefer to be the PA to the boss rather than being the boss yourself. You know, now you're also a life path 5. So the 5 is mercurial. It's about freedom, communication, versatility. So you need space. You've got to allow yourself space. You like freedom, so you need to travel. Ideally, traveling in a partnership would suit you better. But, you know, the freedom aspect, so going into something creative or holistic is going to be much, much more in alignment with your purpose than going into the corporate world, for example. You also need to express yourself freely. So you've got to surround yourself with people that will allow you to express yourself freely. You've actually got a very good creative gift. You've got 2 6s in there. So you're very maternal, you're very creative. But if you're living in the shadow of those 2 6s, you might become quite possessive of your family because you love them so much that you don't want anyone else getting involved. Or you could be prone to worry, anxiety, self-sabotage or addictions. You are a very independent person, but you might struggle to express that driving intensity of feeling that you've got. Because remember, the 5 is the center of the emotional plane. And as you move through your life, you've got to learn to let go of old identities of who you once were. So with the past life implications for you, it's ancient Israel or ancient Greece. but these would have been lifetimes potentially where you felt persecuted. The green-blue combinations may bring up issues around persecutions, maybe even the European persecutions or the burning of the witches, which may mean that you know, sometimes shy back about stepping into your magic. The year that you're in this year is a 9, 10, 15, 16, 17 is an 8. So this has been a great year for you looking at your finances as well and how you can rebalance all of those. So how can you make more money? How can you spend less money? You know, how can you feel more independent and more in control around your finances? And then next year, you'll move into 2026, which is going to be about projects or relationships completing, lots of things coming to an end. You know, so we always find that the rebirth will come for you in 2027 when new opportunities will present themselves. Very independent, yeah. Well, this year, you know, it's going to be more about independence for you this year, for sure. I'll pick a card out for you as well from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards. And Susanna, you have got the Andromedan Starseed, you see. There you go. So this is Zayden. It's about living as a creative nomad. And that's you, you know, the Andromedan Starseeds, they're often the nomads of the universe. They need freedom more than anything else. So you may be an Andromedan Starseed. Like me, I'm from Mirash. My soul lineage comes in from Mirash in the Andromeda constellation, not the galaxy. But, you know, if you'd like me to do your full report, which reveals your galactic origins to help you to define your mission, it looks at your past life implications in more detail, your karmic lessons and your true soul purpose, then don't forget to claim your special offer on the full Starseed Numerology Report by clicking the link that I've popped into the chat. And yeah, and then just remember to send me your birth details, all right? I'm glad that's connected with you. Thank you very, very much. Mary, you've got a beautiful day number 6. Because you are born on the 24th of July, 1955. So yeah, Mary, you've got a big heart. You're a lover, not a hater. The 6 is Venus, the planet of love. That's your gift. So you're very maternal. You make a brilliant mother or a creative or a nurse. You know, so you've got to be careful that you don't try and rescue everybody, though. That's the shadow of the 6, is the rescuer. If you try and do that, you know, you might find people take advantage of you. You then feel abused. And then you can fall into the shadow pattern of the pink 6 vibration, which is the victim. You don't want to spend too long there, you know. But, you know, I bet you'll have got a beautiful home full of plants and nicely interior designed and a real safe haven for your family, you know. Your ruling number is a 9, 10, 27, 28, 29, 33. Is a 6 as well. So you're a double 6. So we've had 2 double 7s and a double 6. So it amplifies that love energy. But you see, you're a master number 33 over 6, Mary. So this means that you've come to the earth in this incarnation to master love. So you might attract in people with narcissistic personality disorder that test you, you know, because you're a nurturer, you try and rescue everybody, and then people take advantage, you know. So you might find yourself with dysfunctional relationships that are testing you to stand in your own power and love yourself first. So you've got to learn to become selfless, but without being a people pleaser. So you've got a driving intensity of feeling. When you've got 2 5s in your birth chart, amplifies your heart energy. So the 5 is Mercury. So you've got to be careful that you don't get into arguments or have atmospheres before you eat, because it will play havoc with your digestive system. So the year that you're in this year, though, Mary, is a 9, 10, 16, 22 is a 4. So this year, Mary, you would have found that, you know, it may have felt like things were a bit slow. You know, it's like it's about getting organized. So it's a year of building solid foundations and structures, either within your body or within your business. So the 4-year, it can metaphorically feel like you're wading through treacle. It's like, why is everything so slow? But, it's been good for organisation, so either, sort of resting up, recuperating, all of this sort of stuff. Next year, there's going to be a lot more freedom coming up for you, so maybe some travel. Make sure you surround yourself with people that just allow you to be you next year and don't hide from life next year. You've got to get out into life. This year, you may have felt a bit restricted in some ways, but it's been very good for getting organised, Yeah. There you go. So Michael says, see the number of people get on my nerves with the project SMHBB. What's SMHBB? What does that mean, Michael? So is that connected with you? Okay, Mary. You're a beautiful soul. Having the double six. I love the double sixes, but you are here to master love. So very creative. Very maternal. A lot of sixes are the best healers. They really are. And oh wow, you've got Yeshua who's come up for you. This is about rebirth. So Jesus Christ, the energy of Jesus has come in saying, well, he was a 33. He was 33 when he became Jesus Christ, which is your master number vibration. So, this is the energy of Jesus about on the pearl ray, the 12th ray of unity consciousness. So that's beautiful. So maybe, you've started to feel the energy of Yeshua, and maybe you're going through a bit of a rebirth. So you felt that about this year, have you? For sure. Yeah. That's probably because you're going through a bit of a rebirth, a reset maybe. That's what's taking place for you. And Natalie, well, should we have a look at doing you next? There you go. So hopefully that's connected with you, Mary. Remember, I'm kind of just wetting your whistle today during today's live, just to demonstrate how powerful Pythagorean numerology is. And if you'd like to delve deeper into your full Starseed Numerology Report, I'm more than happy to create one for you as well. They're brilliant, actually, for exploring your galactic origins, past life implications, and karmic lessons. And they're on special for only $59 Australian today, yeah, because it's Black Friday here in Perth in Western Australia. So to claim that, just click this link, and that'll take you through to order that nice and securely. And then just remember to send me your birth date, time, place of birth, and living name, and give me 3 to 5 business days to create it for you. Where are you watching from, Natalie? So born in 2003. So day number 10, a life path number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, 0, 9. So you're a healer, a counsellor, you could be a nurse or a social worker. The 9 is Mars fire energy, which is red over orange. I'm a 9 as well. So you love helping people. You're here to be of service, Natalie. You're very much the empath as well, because you've got the 2 2s, which amplifies your sensitivity. There may have been some difficulties for you during childhood. Yeah. So you're Eugene, are you, in Oregon? Oh, sorry. Eugene. Yeah, so you could have your own healing business, because you're also a leader, because you're a 10, a day number 10, which is the entrepreneur, the way shower. So this is really about you stepping into your sovereign power. So past life implications for you as a Roman soldier, actually, and in ancient Egypt as well. So the gold is the sun gods, and the red is like either Roman soldier, or it could be Russian or Chinese lives in the past. I often find there's a strong sort of Roman soldier energy that comes through this. For you, you do tend to, you need some training in determination. You need to become a bit more disciplined, so that you can stay determined, because you've got the arrow of procrastination, so you might procrastinate a little bit. And also difficulties for you during childhood as well, Eugene. You've got the lack of the 4, 5, and 6, the arrow of frustration, which means maybe your parents separated when you were growing up, or there may have been some issues around sibling rivalry or ill health, or just feeling like you didn't fit in, with the world around you as you were growing up. but that can also manifest as issues and challenges in your adult relationships as well. So huge empath, you know, you're also very adaptable. The tens are very adaptable, but you're also a manifester. So you know how to consciously create your own reality. So you kind of lead with a soft feminine power rather than being ego based. So, you know, this is the, you know, the healer. Because you're an 18 though, you may have a bit of spiritual and material conflict. So you may not believe that you can be both spiritual and wealthy. So you might become a teacher or a nurse. So you get a regular paycheck at the end of the month. And sometimes the 18 people have also incarnated as nuns or monks. And so you may have signed vows of poverty. And that's why you may not believe that you can be both spiritual and wealthy. The year that you're in this year is a 9, 10, 11, 12, 22 is a 4. So you're also in your personal year 4. And that's the year where everything feels like it's a bit slow moving. So, you know, it's great for building solid foundations and structures, either within your body or within your business, but it can feel like everything's a bit slow. But time to get organized, you know, more than anything else. Yeah. So it's interesting, isn't it, how it can play itself out, don't you think? Yeah, so your parents did separate and you did feel like you didn't fit in. It's interesting, isn't it? Hello, Diane. Nice to see you. Shall we have a look at doing yours next? So I'll pick a card out for you as well, Natalie, from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards. We'll see what comes up for you today. And you've got the Hayden Healer. There you go. There's that 9 energy of your life path number. And this is clear. And what clear says, it's about healing guilt from your soul. So sometimes if you've come in with a lot of guilt, you know, sometimes it's ancestral, you know, it could be passed down through the family gene pool. So, you know, you are divine love. So nothing sits outside of that. So why are you the only person in history that got it wrong? You know, so remember that you are divine love. You've never done anything wrong. So forgive yourself. Oh, thank you. I'm so pleased that's connected with you. There you go. I'll pop the link in the chat for you as well. So if you'd like me to do your full 22-page Starseed Numerology Report, you can claim the Black Friday special offer for only 59 Australian dollars by clicking that. And then just remember to send me your birth date, time, place of birth and living name, and give me 3 to 5 business days to create it for you. And that looks at your birth chart, your name chart, the major influences in your astrology, all your soul color influences, and also your pyramids as well, which are really predictive about your future. All right, so it's a bit like a road map of your soul. Now, Diane's born on the 29th of March, 1972. Weren't all the best people born in 1972, Diane? So you've got a day number 11, and you've got a ruling number 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 22, 31, 32, 30. You're also a 33. You're a double master number, Diane. So your life path is a 33-6, which is about mastering love. And your day number is the 2911, which is, you know, it's the master number vibration. You're here as a guide for humanity as we evolve into the new earth. So the 29 vibration is quite challenging because it actually is the role of the Olympic spiritual athlete. So you may go through separations in love, divorce, yeah, or separations from family. So you may attract people with narcissistic personality disorder because you're very much the empath. You could be clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient. You'd make a good life coach, spiritual teacher, or social worker. You know, but this is your last look at issues of separation. So a lot of the time, you know, with this, it means that you're here as a guide. So, you know, going into occupations where you can be, you know, sort of life coach, spiritual teacher, social worker would work really, really well for you. You're also somebody who has an inherent love of order. So you've got the arrow of the planner, the 1, 2, and 3. So you like to know what's coming next. You like to have a bit of a tick list as you go through your day. So that's the arrow of the planner, the 1, 2, and 3. It's quite left-brained. And then the arrow of frustration as well. So again, those issues of separation may have started for you, Diane, during childhood, maybe when your parents separated or there was issues around sibling rivalry or ill health or feeling like you didn't fit in as well. Yeah. So yeah, so it's an interesting energy. The 33 is about mastering love, So as I said, you've got to learn to give yourself some of your own motherly nurturing energy. So you're all about aesthetics. You like things to look pretty. You're very maternal. This is a very good mother energy as well. But just don't be the rescuer, because then people take advantage of you and you'll feel abused. You're very much a wise old soul as well. Having the 2 nines amplifies your wisdom, your idealism, and your sense of responsibility. And the isolated 7 can bring in patterns of sacrifice. So you may find that you either sacrifice in love, health, or money, and that could become a pattern of loss. So it could be like loving and losing, or making money and losing it. But people who aren't really serious about their soul evolution do not incarnate as a 29/11, Diane. But your year is a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 23 is a 5. So this year has been feeling a lot more free, so hopefully you've got out into life more this year and you maybe travelled instead of hiding away from life. So, it would have been important for you to have people around you that you could express yourself freely with this year. And next year you may be looking at redecorating or spending more quality time at home with the family as you move into a 6. So, when you move into the 6, it's like the home comes under scrutiny. So sometimes people move house in their 6. They can meet new love interests if you're not in relationships, etc. as well, because that's what Venus is all about. And the card that comes up for you is Hatsia, the Orion philosopher, which is about self-awareness and self-reflection. So maybe, spending time as well, at the moment, just reflecting on how far you've come and developing self-awareness about how, your behavioural patterns and how your belief systems are affecting, your everyday reality. But a beautiful double master number. So you're here for a big purpose. Hopefully you feel like you're fulfilling it. And Diane's like, wow, yes, you're spot on. Well, I'm glad that's connected with you, Diane. It's been a joy meeting with you today. And as it has been for everyone else today, Natalie and Mary, and beautiful Susanna, Michael and Eugene and Simran. Everybody today. It's been beautiful. I've really thoroughly enjoyed today's live. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I genuinely appreciate it. If you want the full reports, I'll keep the special offer open for you. And that's for Black Friday. So, so make sure you claim your special offer today and you'll get the $30 discount. So normally they are on for 89 Australian. They're only 59 Australian dollars today on this special. So click the link to claim that, and then just remember to send me your birth details. So I'll need your birth date, time, place of birth and living name. Once you've ordered, then just remember to give me 3 to 5 business days to create the full report for you. Okay, and then that get emailed through as a PDF on completion. Have an amazing rest of your day, guys. Big love. And I'll see you on the flip side. All right. Have an amazing weekend. Thanks again, guys. Big love and bye for now.